So we were discussing on leprosy. On comparatively, we are discussing on the tuberculoid and lepromatous. So let's continue. Here's the table. So lepromatous and tuberculoid. Till now we discussed that in lepromatous there is extensive humoral response with production of large number of antibodies, both autoimmune and antimycobacterial, while in case of tuberculoid there is the humoral antibodies are rare. So humoral antibodies, it is a continuation from the previous video. Humoral antibodies are rare, while in this case both autoimmune plus and antimycobacterial antibodies are produced. Later we will discuss that due to this high discussion about immunity in this similar topic, we will discuss that in lepromatous the albumin to globulin ratio is reversed, but while in case of tuberculosis it is not altered, it is preserved. The albumin to globulin ratio is constant, it is not altered, while in case of lepromatous it is reversed due to high humoral response and large production of large amount of antibodies. Okay, so we discuss about it, and we discuss about CMI. The next comparative point in case of lepromatous and tuberculosis is lepromin test. We'll discuss about lepromin test later. Just try to remember and try to retain so that you can link while discussing in the next video. Lepromin test is negative in case of lepromatous. And what does this indicate? Negative lepromin test indicates that it has poor prognosis, while in case of tuberculosis lepromin test is positive. We'll discuss later in the later video what is lepromin test, why it is applicable, for what it uses, something. Okay, so lepromin test is positive, showing good prognosis. Okay, then we shall come to the symptoms. Let's first discuss about tuberculosis. In tuberculosis, the skin lesions are few. There are few skin lesions, and they are sharply demarcated with macular patches. So skin lesions are few and are sharply demarcated with macular patches. And in tuberculosis type, neural involvement is early. And it may be pronounced involvement, is early and may be pronounced, leading to deformities, particularly in the hands and feet. Particularly in hands and feet. The points are being a bit long, we cannot skip anything, so the points are a bit long. So and in case of lepromatous, as we discussed, there are lot of bacilli. So superficial, nodular lesions develop, and these lesions have granulation tissue, and those granulation tissue consist of a dense collection. The superficial nodular lesions have granulation tissue, and the granulation tissue consists of a dense collection of vacuolated cells, and these vacuolated cells are in different stages of development. From what? In different stages of development of what? In different stages of development, from mononuclear cells to lepra cells. Okay, so superficial nodular lesions develop which have granulation tissue, and these granulation tissue have dense collection of vacuolated cells, and these vacuolated cells are in various stages. Dense collection of vacuolated cells in various stages of development. From mononuclear cells to lepra cells. Okay, and later these lesions ulcerate and get secondarily infected. So lesions ulcerate are secondarily infected and cause distortion and mutilation. I am writing the other features over here, a bit congested, so I'll write over here. And mutilation. So the next thing that occurs in the lepromatous is these lepra bacilli will invade mucosa of your nose of the infected patient. They will invade the mucosa of nose, mouth and upper respiratory tract, and large number of bacilli, as they have invaded the mucosa of nose, upper mouth and upper respiratory tract, large number of bacilli are shed into the secretion in the secretions of nose, mouth. So let's write that. Bacilli invade mucosa of nose, mouth and upper respiratory tract.